So everyone keeps asking me, what is the difference between OpenClaw and Claude Code? They're both using Claude, they're both agents, they're both open source. So what's actually going on here? What's the difference? Let's dive into that in today's video. So here's the one-liner answer. OpenClaw runs your life, but Claude Code builds your software. So they're not competitors. They're not even in the same category, but everyone keeps confusing them because they both use Claude as the AI brain underneath, right? So I made a table here so you can see it side by side. OpenClaw was created by Peter Steinberger, an Austrian developer who built it as a personal project, open sourced it, and then it went completely viral, 150,000 stars on GitHub, fastest growing GitHub repo in history. It's a personal AI assistant, so you text it on WhatsApp and Telegram and it does stuff for you. Claude Code was built by Anthropic, the company that makes Claude. It's an AI coding agent, so you use it in your terminal or your IDE and it writes code, reads your code base, runs tests, and creates pull requests. They both have the same AI brain underneath, but they have completely different bodies. OpenClaw works with any AI model, right? It can work with Claude, GPT, DeepSeek, any local model, but while Claude Code only works using Claude's models. So think of OpenClaw like hiring a personal assistant. You actually give it a physical desk in the edge or the side of your room. You make it look pretty. You put a Mac Mini there. You give it some electricity. You have a lamp there and a monitor there, and it'll operate just like an employee or a personal assistant would. But the only difference is it never sleeps, never takes breaks, never takes sick days off or vacations, and you communicate with it entirely through text messages. So this is like a diagram of how it works. You message it on WhatsApp, Telegram, Slack, or whatever communication channel that you prefer. OpenClaw itself has a sol.md file. It has skills, it has cron jobs where you can schedule tasks. It has its own custom browser called Chromium, which you can use and operate. It also has memory between conversations, and depending on the task, it will be able to call which LLM or brain that it wants to call, let's say Claude, GPT, or DeepSeek. OpenClaw can log onto websites, scrape data, navigate dashboards, operate software, and even has voice integration. I also made a video on how to actually talk to your OpenClaw or make OpenClaw call you every single morning for updates and briefings. I'll link it in the video somewhere up here if you want to also have your OpenClaw talk to you. Now, Claude Code is a different animal, right? This is a coding tool. You open your terminal, you type Claude, and start talking to it about your code base. It reads your entire project structure. It understands how your files connect. When you say fix the authentication bug, it doesn't just suggest code, it searches your code base, finds the issue, writes the fix across multiple lines, it runs your tests and creates a commit. And Claude Code also has sub agents, and it's an explore agent for reading codes. It also has a plan agent for architecture, a general purpose agent for complex multi-step tasks, and it can spawn all of these in parallel. So think of it this way, OpenClaw is pretty much your personal assistant, while Claude Code is your senior developer. So here's the nerdy comparison. Let me walk you through the key differences here. So for scheduling, OpenClaw has a built-in cron job, heartbeats, and daily briefings, but with the recent Claude Code update, we're now able to schedule tasks. As you can see here, now we're able to schedule tasks. So it pretty much acts as a cron job as well. Now for memory, OpenClaw has persistent memory across all sessions, right? So it remembers everything across all your conversations. You tell it something once, it knows it forever. Claude Code has project memory through claude.md file, but it's more structured and code focused. OpenClaw also has full browser control and browser automation. You can log in, you can scrape, you can navigate, and it can fetch pages. Claude Code can also search the web and fetch pages, but it's not controlling a browser. But Claude Code crushes OpenClaw in terms of Git integration, IDE support, code base understanding, sub-agents for parallel work, because that is what it was built for. And OpenClaw works with any LLM, but Claude Code only works with Claude. So that's not a bug, it's by design. Anthropic optimized the whole experience for their models, but they're extremely high security risk for OpenClaw, right? It has broad system access, it has prompt injection concerns. CrowdStrike, Cisco, multiple security researchers have flagged serious concerns about OpenClaw, and it has access to your emails, your files, your passwords, your messaging apps. One prompt injection attack and an adversary could hijack your agent, while Claude Code is much more sandboxed. Now, this is the part that most people miss. Anthropic released something called Claude Agent SDK, and this is basically Anthropic saying, you want to build your own OpenClaw, here's our engine. The Agent SDK gives you the same tools, the same agent loop, and the same context management that powers Claude Code, but it's programmable in Python and TypeScript. So you can run Claude Code in headless mode, which means no terminal UI, no human watching, just an autonomous agent running tasks in the background. And that's pretty much kind of like the general function of OpenClaw. So if you're technical enough, you can build an OpenClaw-like assistant using Claude's Agent SDK with tighter security controls and Claude's best models. But the only trade trade-off is you have to build it yourself versus OpenClaw being plug and play. And companies are already doing this. Financial compliance agents, cybersecurity agents, documentation pipelines, they're all built on the agent SDK. Okay, now the elephant in the room, right? 2 weeks ago, Peter Steinberger, the creator of OpenClaw, announced he's joining OpenAI. Sam Altman called him a genius and said he'll drive the next generation of personal agents. So now OpenClaw is moving to an independent open source foundation that OpenAI will support. So let's think about what this means, right? This guy who built the most popular open source AI agent now works at OpenAI. The project stays open source, but the gravitational pull towards OpenAI's model is undeniable. Meanwhile, OpenClaw was originally named after Claude. Anthropic threatened legal action over the name, and now the creator works at their biggest competitor. So if you're running a business on OpenClaw and with Claude as your backend, and I know many of you inside the community are, you need to think about diversification, right? The creator now has OpenAI's backing, resources, and incentives. So just something worth thinking about, right? So which one should you use? My honest answer is both, right? You want to run OpenClaw on your Mac Mini for life and business automation, morning briefings, phone calls, competitor research, automating soul draining tasks. That's OpenClaw. If there's anything that an employee could take care of and buy you back your hours, you should hand that off to OpenClaw. If you're building software and automation tools, I recommend you using Claude Code. So when you need to write code, debug something, or ship a feature, that's Claude Code. They complement each other perfectly. One runs your operations and the other builds you infrastructure. But remember the security reality here, right? And these are just some of the use cases that I'm using for my own business. So yes, I run a YouTube channel. I run a pay-per-call agency as well as a marketing agency, as well as a few e-commerce brands. So I use it to track data as well as spy on some competitors. But the security reality here is that OpenClaw is like giving AI the keys to your whole house, while Claude Code is like giving AI the keys to your workshop. They're both very powerful, but one is significantly riskier, right? I also wanted to talk about something that most people covering this topic are glossing over, and it's the reason I keep hammering on security in every single one of my OpenClaw videos. In late January, literally weeks ago, security researchers found a critical vulnerability in OpenClaw. They had a CVSS score of 8.8 out of 10, which is extremely high severity. Here's what it did. If someone sent you a crafted link, just a link, and you clicked it while OpenClaw was running, your authentication token got sent to the attacker's server. They could then hijack your entire gateway and have full remote code execution in milliseconds. And here's what terrifies me a little bit. Even if you were running OpenClaw on localhost only, your own machine behind a firewall, it doesn't matter because your browser acted as the bridge. The attacker's website tells your browser to connect to your local OpenClaw, and your browser does it because OpenClaw's WebSocket server didn't check where the connection was coming from. Sensi's found 21,000 exposed OpenClaw instances worldwide, and US was number 1, China number 2. And then it got worse, right? So 2 weeks later, February 13th, researchers found 341 skills on ClawHub, the community skill marketplace, were compromised. That's 12% of the entire marketplace. A coordinated supply chain attack. Skills that looked totally normal had hidden backdoors that downloaded and executed code from attacker-controlled servers in Bulgaria. And there was one particular skill called Deep Agent or Deep Search. It looked like a research tool, had a base 64 encoded payload that phoned home to info stealer infrastructure. Another one had a hidden MCP server that tunneled through to give the attacker remote access to your machine. Now compare this to Claude Code, right? Claude Code has no community marketplace where anyone can upload unvetted skills. You configure MCP servers yourself and it runs with permission-based access, right? The attacker surface is fundamentally different. I'm not saying Claude Code is bulletproof, nothing is. The blast radius of a mistake is vastly smaller. So if you're running OpenClaw right now, and I know many of you are, you wouldn't be watching this video otherwise, you should run OpenClaw security audit. You should make sure to update to the latest version and to run OpenClaw security audit deep immediately. Rotate your gateway token often and rotate every API key for every connected service regularly as well. And seriously, consider running it inside Docker with read-only file system and dropped capabilities. I'd like to zoom out a little bit and talk about the AI agent war of 2026 because I feel like every single day a new feature or a new software is coming out. So let's cover this a little bit because it's pretty interesting. So OpenClaw versus Claude Code isn't just a tool comparison. It's literally a window into the biggest battle in AI right now, right? Who controls the agent layer? So let's take a look at this table. Every major AI company is making their move. OpenAI hired Steinberger to build personal agents for everyone. They're betting that the agent, not the model, is what consumers care about. Anthropic built Claude Code, right? And the agent SDK. They're betting that developers and enterprises want tight integration with the best models. Google's doing Gemini agents with deep Android integration, and they want the agent to be part of your phone. And then 2 days ago, Perplexity launched Computer, right? Which is basically cloud-hosted OpenClaw for non-technical people. Their CEO literally compared OpenClaw to malware because of how much much local access it needs. And Perplexity's pitch is same functionality, but in the cloud where it's safer. And their CEO said something I think is brilliant, right? He said the orchestration is the product, the model is the tool. GitHub also launched Agent HQ, where you can run Copilot, Claude, and Codex side by side on the same repo. And then you've got open source explosion, right? PicoClaw, NanoClaw, IronClaw, everyone's building their own version because the architecture is now well understood. And here's what it means for you as a business owner, or if you're just trying to take this on as a passion project, right? The model is becoming a commodity, right? GPT, Claude, Gemini, DeepSeek, they're all getting good enough. So the real value is in the agent layer, the orchestration, the scheduling, the memory, the tool connections. That's where the money is. And that's exactly why you should join my community down in the description below. It's completely free. So we can all interact, discuss new updates, and learn how to use OpenClaw and Claude Code effectively. So if you're interested in that and you enjoyed this video today, click on the link down in the description down below to join for free. And if you enjoyed this video today, give this video a like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm excited to see you in the next one.